Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to make another video to help you remain in your power. So there's several different ways we can view this. And I talked about one way the other day about the alligators and us walking on a tightrope. Well, today I'm going to talk about we can view this in a behavioral psychology kind of a way and the law of attraction. Maybe one of these examples might resonate with you and really inspire you. First example, the behavioral psychology viewpoint. When a kid acts out and does all this destructive stuff, what do most of us do? More than likely, we stop what we're doing and we say, please stop that. But the kid keeps doing the destructive and unwanted behavior. So each time the kid does this, we say, stop. But it gets louder and louder and louder, and the kid keeps doing it more and more and more until the end, we scream, please stop it, and we lose our shit. As the adults, we had an emotional outburst. We lost our cool. The kid got our undivided attention. It was negative attention, but it was attention for the kid. That negative attention that we gave the kid, that fed a part of them that desperately wanted our attention. They didn't know how to get the positive attention, so they did what all they could do. They got our negative attention. So after all of that, we lost our cool, we lost our inner peace. We handed our power over to this little person, or not so little person, and we would feel terrible. We're like, wow, I'm just as bad as this kid. Like, I should be in control of my emotions, right? Now, in behavioral psychology, we don't address the unwanted behavior. Yes, the kid could be bouncing off the walls, tearing everything down all around us, but whatever we do not give in to that unwanted behavior, because that child is craving our attention through that unwanted behavior. What we do is we simply ignore, redirect, and praise positive behaviors. Eventually, over time, the unwanted behaviors will diminish. The child will see that they'll have our undivided attention, our positive attention, when they're calm and safe. All right, so here's the next example, the law of attraction. So most of us know what we put our attention to, what we focus on, is what we attract, right? So what's all over the media? What's flooding our social media pages on the walls and on the feeds? It's all this stuff that's been happening. We have been inundated with all of that fear porn, chaos, and anger. Am I right? So not only are we getting it from the major networks, the news sources, celebrities, influencers, we're now getting it, or we have been getting it, from our friends and family as well. There's a reason why this is happening. It's because all of this stress, this chaos, this destructiveness, it negatively impacts us, which means it lowers our frequency. It's being done on purpose to get our knickers in a twist, to make us feel overwhelmed, to make us feel disenfranchised, to make us feel sick, mentally, spiritually, and physically, to make us feel powerless. If we keep consuming this BS, and it doesn't matter if it's through TV, radio, social media, it doesn't matter. The more we consume, the more we attract what we don't want. Our modern world is driven by numbers. What I mean is, the powers that be are keeping track of what you're clicking on, what you're liking, what you're subscribing to, what you're unsubscribing to, what you're tweeting, what you're reposting. You get my drift? They're keeping track of those numbers, and those numbers are showing them that it's working, that you're talking about it, that your attention is being drawn to what they're doing. All of those numbers are showing the powers that be that their tactics are working. We will put an end to the lower energy, the lower frequency exchange. When we individually stop giving them our attention, our power, they lose momentum. We take the wind out of their sails and render them powerless. This is not about ignoring. Ignorance is bliss, burying our heads in the sand. Nay, nay. This is about redirecting our personal energy, which will directly influence the collective energy. There is a reason for this. There's a reason why we were born onto this planet and why we are alive during this pivotal time. It is now the time for us to tap into our good personal mojo and to use our gifts. I'm just one person, and so are you. But if we all do our part, if we all stop consuming and start redirecting and start focusing on what we do want, there is no freaking way that the powers that be can continue to lower the collective frequency. So here's reclaiming our power, or stepping into our power and no longer doing these lower energy exchanges. You know better and you're going to do better, which will impact the collective in the most beautiful way. I hope today's video made you feel better, resonated with you, and made you feel empowered, because you are one powerful mofo, okay? Don't let anyone tell you any different. All right, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful day. Ta-ta for now.